Well, boys and girls, we've qualified for Europe of some flavour. We don't know exactly what flavour just yet. The game thinks Conference League. I'm hoping we're going to get bumped up to Europa League once other finals and things have happened. We've got a new ground on the way. We've got money to spend. This should be one of those transfer windows where we're just adding the final missing pieces to the squad so we can go and do lots of football next season. That's definitely the plan here. Oh, there you go. We finished 6th, boys and girls. 6th, which, if you weren't in yesterday's stream and you haven't yet caught up on the LOLLUJO 2, which you should have, everyone thinks we're in the Conference League. I think we're in the Europa League. Because it even says there, 6th place gets Europa League group stage, depending on the winners of the FA Cup. Oh, this is that situation where West Brom of the Championship are in the FA Cup final. So we could potentially be... No, not the FIFA World Cup, the FA Cup. We could potentially be screwed over. Why, when you type FA Cup, does it bring World Cup up first? But if West Brom somehow win the FA Cup from 11th in the Championship, we won't be in the Europa League. We'll get the Conference League, which will be utterly hideous. We have got Silas not wanting to renew his contract and wanted by some big clubs and Wolves, potentially for big money. We spent £45 million on him last summer. He is great when he's fit, but he's had 8 separate injuries during the year he's been with us and has a recurring injury as well at only 20 years old. So if we can get anywhere in this kind of price range for him as a player who is injury prone and doesn't want to sign a new contract, that would be a huge bonus and puts us over £100 million of spensies. And we don't really need anything. If you look through the squad, there's not much we actually need. We're pretty solid in every area. We've just got a good young squad that are just going to keep getting better. We don't need to keep loading first team players in. I think it's very much a summer of topping the squad up from the bottom. So bringing in wonderkids, you know, Football Manager style. Bring in loads of wonderkids, the best wonderkids money can buy, fill in the squad that way, and Bob's your uncle. That's the plan. Let's have a look to see what we could have won. So, for wonder kids that might actually come straight into the team, there's not a lot, and they're all really expensive. Although, he says, this guy isn't really expensive. I think we probably have to, don't we? Would be rude not to. For less than £2 million. Definitely it would be rude not to situation. Let's have one of these. Oh, he might not get a work permit, which wouldn't be ideal. Although, to be honest, he's so good that we could probably bring him in without a work permit and loan him out. There's not a lot of these that are wanted by big clubs, which is normally how I choose who I want. There you go. That's what we're after. Players wanted by Barcelona. Always a good indicator of someone that might be a useful signing. Now, we don't really need a left back, but he is only 2 stars. And I guess there's always the danger that Patrick might leave, and we don't really have a backup left back. So we can probably get one of these. We'll have a Langlois, please. 35 million. That's a lot of onions. Goodness me. Let's have a little look, shall we? So, there we go. Boom. Never, never. He's wanted by Newcastle, but he's very expensive. Tottenham. Tottenham, I mean, Dortmund's always a good sign. Do we need him? That's the thing. We don't really need anyone. I guess we are maybe one body short in central midfield. If Tarek's not there, bearing in mind we probably need 8 people who can play across these 4 positions. We've only got these 5. Now, at defensive midfield, you've also got Leopold who gets added into the mix, who isn't in that number. And then at attacking midfield, you've got the likes of Silas and Spendy who get added in. So again, they're not in this number. I still think we're probably 1 short in central midfield, though. So let's see about getting this guy. How much are you? 23 million. Bargain-tastic. Right. I haven't actually seen how much spare wage budget we've got, so we probably shouldn't offer for too many players all in one go. Sell Spendy. He's our club captain. We're not going to just sell him for no reason. Right, let's get this £2 million whippersnapper who's not going to get a work permit. But we can at least try. Can we not do the thing anymore where if you pay them more, they get a work permit? Does that not happen anymore? So I guess we just loan him back to them and then sell him on a year later. So let's bring him in and loan him back. We're making an investment. We're not going to improve the training facilities. Thank you. So this guy is a wonder kid who we don't want to have any kind of sell-on clauses on. That's silly. Again, we're not making any promises to anyone ever. Promising is for idiots. There you go. Can give him a pat on the head. There we go. Upon appeal, he can get a permit. That would be lovely if he did. Look at that. Everyone's happy we've kept promises. Oh, I wonder. Will Silas now he's happy about that? Hey, Silas. How you doing, my friend? Of course we're going to give you a new contract. You're too good not to give a new contract to. The new stadium. Plans will be finalised within 2 years with a capacity of around 38,000, which would be lovely. That's a lovely capacity. But with plans not even being finalised for 2 years, it's going to be 5 years before we move into it. I think there's very little chance we ever actually play in this stadium, which would be such a shame. But 38,000 is a good-sized ground. Hey! Confirmation of the Europa League. Peterborough, one of the competition's feel-good stories in the Premier League, I guess that is. Defying expectations. That's what we do. We're all about defying expectations. We've got all these players. Right, so we've got Hendrick is off to the Copa America, along with Alain Quesada Thorne, who's just been lurking around the club for years, but never actually played a game for us. Hendrick's off to the Copa America as part of the Brazil squad, which is exciting. And then to the Euros, we've got 2 in the Belgium squad. Albania, Austria, Croatia. Micah Beerif has been called up by England for the Euros. That is amazing. Micah Beerif is off to the Euros. Isaac's with Norway and Ventosa's with Portugal. I am a proud papa. Micah Beerif is going to the Euros with England. Micah Beerif. What a man. And we're getting our youth facilities. It's all going really rather well. We're not getting training facilities. It was all going really rather well. Come on, give us training facilities. We cannot consider this. What's wrong with the club's finances? You just gave me 15 million. We've got 33 million pounds in the bank. It is nice that you can do that, I guess. I still want trialists to just show up automatically, though. Right. He did not get his work permit. We'll appeal. And if he fails the appeal, we'll just sign him in and loan him out anyway. Right. We've got Nicolas Langlois, new left back that Barcelona wanted. Ast boy. Yes, Nicholas, come on in. Savic has got a work permit now. I don't really want to loan him out now. Never mind, eh? We kind of have to. And we're getting this guy as well. All 3 of them are coming in. He's 21. Oh, I hope he's all right. Adam fell. It's never not funny. Right, he is better than anyone else we've got at centre-back. He's 21 and he's English. All of that combines to mean he's going to be stupid expensive. £79 million. We'll just put a pin in that for a moment. I mean, he looks great. And we did spend that kind of money on a centre-back last summer when we signed Nelson. But when we've already got Nelson, we've got Ventosa. Do we need another one? I guess I do have the money. You're telling me we're going to spend all that money on Adam Fell? And every match I'm going to do there. Oh, I hope he's all right, joke. Can you cope with me doing, oh, I hope he's all right, every single match? Because if you're up for it, I'll sign him. But you lot need to be aware of what you're letting yourselves in for. Everyone's after him. He's 6 foot tall with 17 pace at 20 years old and English. So, I mean, he's the guy. This is exactly who we're going to be signing. He's on the transfer list due to the club's perilous financial position. Right, Crammond, my friend, we would like to sign you for our football team. So if we give you 5 million up front and then 12 million on installments, does that help you with your precarious financial position? It does. Excellent. Then can we buy you now? This is going to be a fantastic window that's done by the 9th of June. We're going to have everything we could ever possibly want before then. Let's just adjust this a smidgen. Take that off. Take that off. Boom. I will hydrate. Micah Beerif's made his England debut. Leeds think they're going to sign Micah Beerif. That's adorable. Man United want Oliver Skipp. Right, we've got our new boys in. Adam Fell, I hope he's okay, is in for £70 million. Is he in the England squad for the Euros? Or have they just claimed him because he had a dual nationality? Yeah, he's not in the squad. So at 21 years old, already with a cap, what's his second nationality? They've definitely claimed him. Aha, there we go. Makes sense. Just making sure Ireland can't have him. I understand. Very, very smart. So he's in. We've also got Isidra, our new quality ball-playing midfielder with oodles of potential. Does he look Spanish to you? Because he is. Very clean-shaven as well. Nicolas Langlois is our new backup left-back. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. He's a dog. He's a very good boy. And then we've got Dimitri, is that? We've got Savic, who is only 2.5 stars, so he can spend his season out on loan back in Serbia, having a lovely time there and be ready to come and play for us next season, which works for all involved. Let's just welcome everybody along and then go and see what the delay is with Crammond. It's a big offer for Micah Beerif, isn't it? For a guy who's very quickly about to become our 4th choice striker, who's just had he's just had his season. His career is never going to... He is actually at the pinnacle of his career trajectory right now. It's only downhill from here for Micah Beerif. But that being said, he's not being sold. Not a chance. Holy smokes! £60 million for Oliver Skipp. That's a lot of money. But he's such an important player. The thing is, when we were having our problem, when we were in poor form, there were 2 men who cared, who dragged the team through. It was Oliver Skipp and Micah Beerif. They were both so crucial. I don't think we can afford to let either of them leave. We're getting David Crammond, English wonderkid striker. And there he is. Look at him. I tell you what, that's a very good signing. We've made an offer for Mendy too soon. I'll hand over to Mike. Right, we've got offers for Spendy. 32.5 million from Wolfsburg is a big offer. Yes, please. So 32.5 million is the price. I mean, I will offer him out for 36 and transfer list him. Which I think is a big upgrade on what we spent on him only 2 years ago. Yeah, we bought him for 15. Becker, we've got another good offer there, 17.75 from Lons. Well, I'd rather have the Monaco deal actually at flat 17, so I'll actually decline that. And we'll offer him out now for 20. with no wage contributions and see what happens. And then Leopold, I'm going to be very sad to see this boy go. But for £20 million for a guy that we spent, I mean, we actually spent quite a lot on him, 13 million back when that was a big amount of money for us. But we'll now offer him out for 25. See if we get any bites at 25. Otherwise, we'll take the offers that are in already. Get those 3 boys out. And we've messed up Mendy by going too early. And then Becca, we've got an offer of 20. I haven't got an espresso sponsorship yet, Holly, although I have had my first coffee out of my advent calendar and it was spot on. You should be my manager. You're very wise telling me to ask for sponsorships. I always forget, as you know, I don't like to ask for things. I'm too polite. So just asking on Twitter, that's the way forward. I haven't actually got in touch, so it might not be. But it is good coffee. Right, we're going to turn both of these down. Of course, you'd rather go to the French second tier than to Ajax. I might actually be costing myself deals here that I need to go through. Leopold is gone. Becca and Spendy have both rejected their deals. This is the problem when you start messing around. Because now we're going to end up selling them for much less. Because I've messed around and I should have just taken the first offers. Right, at least Leopold has gone. Oh, Juventus are going to get Mendy. Oh, now, see, now, see, that there is really tempting. Because he is very much a fringe player now. If his name wasn't Bellingham, he would be straight out the door in this situation. Are we just going to throw money at the guy at Newcastle and go nuts? Shall we just see what happens? That's not how you spell his name, is it? £175 million. There we go. 175 million. Cost check. Sugar! I've just spilled my drink all over my pen. Oh, I've hydrated and smashed up my can. Spilled my drink everywhere. I didn't even hydrate. I've now got dirty legs. I need tissue. This is a disaster. It's all gone wrong. I'm suing whoever told me to hydrate. Oh, this is a nice little Kevy treble today. I've smashed a plate, smashed a glass, and now spilt a drink. I'm in rare form. Amongst all this, are we going to sign him? It's unacceptable. Of course it's unacceptable. It was a ridiculous offer. My desk's all sticky. Right, the Coble deal is being negotiated. Let's negotiate back the other way again. And come to an accord. Excellent. We might still get Mendy, maybe. There you go. Mendy's going to Inter, so we're not getting Mendy. I'd suggest we keep Caprile and carry on looking for a young goalkeeper. Brighton got the best youth system in the world, by the way, because they had Silas come through. Now they've got this guy who's come through, who's got 5-star potential. 20-year-old English goalkeeper who's going to cost a fortune, I imagine. But he's English. So I suppose we go for him. We didn't get the other guy who's English. English is always better because it helps with European qualification, not qualification, you know what I mean. European squad selection. The words aren't coming. I streamed for 72 hours in November. There's only 1 month I've ever streamed for more hours than that. And that was July 2020, height of COVID, when I was doing the nightly Q&As on the vlog channel, then coming straight on Twitch. And I just streamed every night all month. And even then I only did 73 hours. So it's been a busy month of streaming in November. But what we still need a goalkeeper because we're down to only 2 in the squad because Stolazic has gone. And then once we get a goalkeeper, we've got more money than we had to begin with to go and buy more wonderkids. Tall guy with pace. Now, we talked about this when we signed him. He's 6 foot tall. That is short. That is not tall. 6 foot is short. Anyone shorter than me is short. They're the rules. I don't mind having a little pacey striker, though. Right, who the hell is Joel Davies? Oh, he's the Brighton young goalkeeper. Okay. Unless we can get him for like 20 million. You know what? That is quite an attractive price for him. Let's see if we can do some business here. We might get that right back off Man United as well while we're at it. We are actually going to go into deadline day with like £50 million. I'm just I need to check they don't just have the Club Vision thing where I have to spend all the money, because that was on there before. It's not anymore, which is for the best. But look at all this money. There's nothing to spend it on. Mainly because Spurs want him, and I just want to mess with Spurs. It's a good reason to do a transfer, isn't it? I want him so Spurs can't have him, please. Let's do that. Anyone Spurs want, I'm just going to sign so they can't have them. So let's take him. We need another defensive midfielder. I mean, he's not ready yet, but I guess we could just take a gamble. It's going to be a lot of money. It's an expensive gamble. But let's just do it. This is called Palop, which sounds a little bit like plop, which is a fun word to say and means poo. And I do like to talk about poo. There we go. Who's capped at under 19s for France? Let's do it. Let's just bring in a couple of 18-year-olds who can become homegrown. 10 million release clause. You got it. And then there's a young goalkeeper again, who's actually better than the young goalkeeper we just signed, I think. He is 18, so should we take a Loeffler? I mean, we'll just try and offer almost nothing for him. I don't think we're going to get him. He's not going to get a work permit anyway. He's playing 70% of games. That's plenty. If he's a wonder kid, he shouldn't be playing more than 70% of games anyway. Otherwise, he'll keep getting injured. I don't know if you've noticed that might happen. Ugh, this guy's only a youngster. Oh, he's the goalkeeper. Yeah, we're going to withdraw from that one. We're not bringing someone in who doesn't even think he's a hot prospect. Anna's in, is she? The chat's alerted me before you can scare me.
Going for a mint.
A mint? I have a mint then. There you go. I mean, what are you doing? Touching them all before you take one? Goodness me. Giving them all a rub.
My nails, I can't get them.
Make sure you finger every mint before you select one.
I'll have them on.
Goodness me. What kind of behaviour is that, boys and girls, eh? Is Hannah happy the Germans are out? I think if I asked her, she wouldn't even know what I meant. Hello! He's in! Does he look Spanish to you? He should. Let's get him up in that first team squad. Hang out with the big boys, Mark. Good old Palop. Well, boys and girls, we've got time to squeeze one game in to see what the new match engine looks like. Why not? Let's make sure that we've got our correct set piece tickers on. We have signed some new players, as you know. Get to have a look at a couple of the new boys and see the now absolutely perfect, no faults with it FM23, which I'm sure is what we're about to see. Right, here we go. Endrick is wearing the captain's armband for the first time in the Endrick story, the Endrick experience. Captain Endrick. He's just a shiny Leopold. He's purely there to act as... We're basically playing a back three by stealth, so you lot don't notice. We're not going to acknowledge what just happened there. Goalkeepers have been improved, so this didn't actually happen. Yeah, that actually didn't happen. Because it can't happen, because that has been fixed. So just disregard that. My head was in the way. Should have looked round me then. I ain't moving. You didn't say excuse me. Come on, Job. Oh, Kev, you should sell Job Bellingham. He's not good enough. Oh, Kev, sell Bellingham. You're only keeping him because of his name. Right, come on, chaps. Let's do a goal. I like the fact Silas is still fit and we're nearly an hour into the first match. He'll get injured before the end of it, especially now I've mentioned it. Ah! Mourinho is England manager, is he? So he's taken over from Villas-Boas. That's interesting. Because Mourinho was Portugal manager, I think, before. So I think I fell out with him over Ventosa. So he's left Portugal to manage England. Interesting. Right, more. Have we got our new young wonder kid striker on the bench? Because he might be coming on here. Crammond. It's Crammond o'clock. Of course, we don't know how this tactic is going to work on the new update. It might be that the diamond has been killed because the stuff that they've put on their patch notes, that's just the patch notes. That's not everything. We don't know what else has changed. So it might be that we have to move away from this system if it's not going to work. It's not looked fantastic today, has it? We're going to have some work to do on Monday.